I've been on the Genomic Advisory Board for the VA Million Veterans Project for a number of years now. This is really an exciting project that is attempting to use the, I think, tremendous advantages and attractions of the VA as a medical care system with a long-standing, well-developed electronic medical record to leverage research into trying to answer some of the really fundamental questions that are facing us in genetics and genomics these days. And that is, how do you relate someone's genetic makeup to what happens to them over their lifetime in terms of diseases they develop, and as you'll hear also from Dr. Nussbaum, how you relate the genetics to how they also respond to drugs, adverse reactions, or give either effective or ineffective drug therapy. This is the biggest problem in genetics today, is the what we call the genotype-phenotype connection. And in order to approach this question, we have to do it with people about whom we know a lot in terms of their medical care and their life stories. What's, I think, amazing about the Million Veteran Project is it's a volunteer, veterans-wide research project where veterans are approached and asked, are you interested in participating? This is what it's about. And it's amazing to me the success with which the Veterans Administration has been able to recruit veterans for this extremely valuable project. And in some ways, it is the forerunner of the now large precision medicine initiative that President Obama just announced, which is to try to recruit 1 million or more Americans to do something very, very similar. The other thing about the Million Veterans Project that I think is very valuable and important is it will allow researchers to focus on particular disorders that may be less common in the general population, but are more of a problem and more of an issue for veterans. So we can focus on veterans' issues and try to understand the genetic contributions to those. So I think it's a very exciting project. I think really it is to think about this as a tremendous research contribution that the veterans as a group can make. They can donate their life stories, they can donate their medical records, they can donate their medical information in order to try to advance the science. We can take better care of people when we know more. And how valuable is genetic information if you cannot connect it to the patient's medical record, outcomes of their treatment, response to certain treatments or medications. The genetics in a vacuum is not worthless, but has so little worth compared to genetics when it's connected to what we do as physicians, which is to collect information about people and put that in a format, which the Veterans Administration has, a format that is accessible and can be used to gather this information. I think the Veterans Administration and the physicians who work in the VA are in a unique position to contribute to, I think, a very powerful 21st century project. There are always challenges in this kind of operation. I think one is geographical dispersion. This is an issue. How to organize this across the entire country. They have a centralized biorepository where the samples that are being obtained for genetic analysis are all being placed, and the project has invested substantially in that, so it's a state-of-the-art facility for being able to both place and bring back out this information. I think the other big challenge with this kind of a project, which is a challenge that faces any such project, is that electronic medical records are not designed as research tools. They're designed for the care of patients. And it's not always obvious, and it's certainly not trivial, and being able to go into an electronic medical record and pull out some of the crucial information. You know, as you know as a practicing physician, as I know as a practicing physician, some of the key information is often in text form. And although we've made tremendous strides in what's called natural language processing, being able to look at a text and extract useful structured data from it, we are by no means as expert at it as we need to be. And so much medical information in electronic medical record is not structured. It's in text form. That's another major challenge. And the third challenge, of course, is this is expensive. It's expensive in many ways. It's expensive from the informatics side of it, of how to develop the software, develop these databases. There's also certain expense in generating the genetic information and, more importantly, interpreting that genetic information. Those costs, however, are really coming down. I really see the major challenge for the Million Veterans Project is the informatics. And I would love to see some of our very large and extremely successful informatics companies stepping up to the plate and partnering with the Veterans Administration to really make the informatics work, to make it happen.